Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today let's talk about some game modes in RiseToWar real quick. I did this one in the past, but there's a lot of updates have happened, a lot of new stuff. There's a new mode coming out. I am this season 8, I'm actually playing Tactics Evolved again, but I will be playing on my alt account on the Rangers Rise game mode. So I will sign up for that right now, but let's go through real quick and talk about, let's talk about Rangers Rise first, because I know you're probably here for that. So it's the new game mode that's come out. I'm really excited to know more about it myself, and I'll do guide videos on it and stuff here on the channel once I've played it a little on my alt. My main thing will be on Tactics Evolved still though. But here's the description. It's non-role-playing server, this particular one. Spawn as a ranger. A ranger can assign 2 commanders. Influence land to gain prestige. A ranger can occupy ruins and become a lord. All right, so it sounds like a very interesting and cool idea. All right, so the ranger in this campaign, all tacticians will enter Middle Earth as a rangers. A ranger needs to use prestige and gold to develop. You can deploy prestige, which is the combat fighting people. That's kind of cool. And can deploy 2 commanders to their armies, as well as control wandering camps. A ranger can obtain a large amount of gold by selling information to factions. This is I'm very intrigued to go into this game and actually make you guys some guide videos and play this. This looks really kind of cool. A ranger's army can appoint 2 commanders. So you can only use 2 commanders, which personally for me then I'll probably end up using just like Gimli and Thorin. It's probably because they're kind of my main commanders, which is kind of fun to be limited to just 2 commanders. I don't know. I think it's kind of a cool idea. But I'll see. I'll play a little on my alt and see how it is for you guys. Rangers can gain prestige by influencing land or selling information. Okay, prestige can improve a ranger's power rapidly. Very cool, very cool. Become a lord. A ranger can occupy the ruins of Middle Earth and become a lord. Your development path will change after becoming a lord. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can kind of like raise up into the world. Interesting. Non-roleplay server. This is a non-roleplay server. You can use commanders and units without restrictions. Roleplay means you can use only good commanders with good units, evil commanders with evil units, by the way. You don't already know that, but that's what this video is about. So anyway, pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and just register here. I'm going to register as an individual because this is my alt account and I don't have anybody. What should I play as? Ooh, I don't know. Should I just do random faction? I feel like a lot of people will be in Arnor just because it's like Rangers or Gondor. You know, it says everything's vacant on this one. Wow, it's like no one playing it. Yeah, I'm gonna be Arnor. I can't help it. I mean, if I'm gonna be a Ranger, I gotta be Arnor, right? I don't know. Okay. Role play. I usually always play dwarves, but there we go. Seal it and send it. Okay, that's what we're registered. Okay, perfect. So I'm registered now with that one. Boom, it says it right there. So other game modes, since we're doing a video about game modes, is of course Rebuilding Glory, Tactics Evolved, Roleplay, Rebuilding Glory, Roleplay. All right, so, and we joined one recently, which is not available now. We had joined the Tactics Evolved already. There's also the Kings of Power, Rings of Power, Kings of Men. So far, has easily been my favorite game mode. I like how it plays. I like how it feels as a team. I'm really curious how the Ranger one is. So we'll see. And War of the Ring. So, sorry, that's really loud. I gotta stop clicking that button. So Rebuilding Glory, let's just go into it for a second and look at it here. Rebuilding Glory is develop structures to obtain buffs and rewards. Join and unite factions, and other factions will support you through thick and thin. New ring abilities. All right. So again, this is more of one where when you control stuff, you're able to upgrade the actual keeps, not just your own base, but like the keep or the fortress you're in to get buffs and stuff. So it's basically like a just slightly different version of Tactics Evolved. Tactics Evolved is kind of the original kind. Tactics Evolved focuses mainly on everyone is a faction, right? There's fellowships in all the factions, and the factions are all fighting for dominance. And the only difference is there's elite training grounds now in Tactics Evolved. So basically the reason they called it that is because you're kind of having to choose a special ability that you have to upgrade and do work for on every one of your units. So it kind of gives a little bit more tactics being involved. Oh yeah, that's bad. That's a bad joke. Yeah, so stop it, Zarlin. I know it's a bad joke. Stop. Yeah, so it's just it was Zarlin's idea though. What? Yeah, no, it was definitely your joke. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't make such a dumb joke. But yeah, Tactics Evolved. It's a pretty awesome game mode still. That's an RP version. Again, remember, RP means role play, which means you can only have good units with good commanders, evil units with evil commanders. We already talked about the Rangers Rise. Wow, is it going to do that every time I click? And then we have War of the Ring, which again, this one is role play server. They will add bots occasionally to help balance things, but basically there is a fellowship, just like the movies, is trying to travel to Mount Doom, and the goal of you're on the evil sides, it's basically already automatically roleplay, because everyone on the evil side is trying to stop the fellowship, and everyone on the good side is trying to support the fellowship, and you have to build these buildings to increase their speed or decrease their speed or hinder them. So depending on which side you're on, it's really kind of a cool game mode. It's more of like story mode kind of thing. If you are evil, you get the Armored Sauron. All players who side with Sauron's forces will obtain an upgrade for free after the ring to level 20 can be used in this campaign. Armored Sauron's a pretty amazing unit. He is a commander. He's only for this game mode, and then he gets removed until you play it again. Shared units. In addition to their unique units, all players who side with Sauron's forces will be able to crypt Angmar's your unique unit, the Fallen, which is really cool because it's a strong unit. So again, they're trying to just kind of give a little bit of buffs to the evil side to make it not too unbalanced. And I've heard there's been some really good ones too. Mine was a little unbalanced when I first did it, but it is a cool game mode still. There's the regular tactics evolved, and then Rings of Power, Kings of Men. All right. And again, remember, I know everyone's sees this and they think about the new TV show, whether you like it or don't like it. This is not their title, okay? Tolkien said Rings of Power in his books before anyone took and used that title, okay? Just throwing that out there. So this game mode is awesome. You all start as everyone's enemies pretty much around you, which I think is probably how the Ranger game mode is going to work. But again, I will do more videos in the future soon on that. The map basically is bigger. So you have more of Harad and Umbar in the south. I like that. I wish that they do that with the other maps. I think they need to, you should watch my previous video on this playlist where I actually talked about other game mode ideas like Numenor. I was thinking it'd be really fun if they expanded north or the other way, or added Numenor out in the ocean, because the ocean's just kind of not being used. I have some really cool ideas about the ocean thing. So go watch that video if you're curious. And leave a comment what you think. What do you think about these game modes? Which ones do you like best? Please leave your comment. I'd love hearing comments. I do read them. Rings of Power. There are 8 rings of power. Basically, everyone's fighting over these rings, not to mention you're still trying to get the one ring, and that's kind of the goal. And then when you get a ring, you're able to form a kingdom with 3 fellowships. I think they should have left it at 5 fellowships. I have a video about that too, but that's okay, because I think it did the opposite from what they wanted, but it's still, I understand why they did it though, what their goals were. All tacticians, lords of men, start the campaign. Fellowships that occupy one of the significant rings feature the Rings of Power will be able to establish a kingdom. And again, it's cool because instead of being a factional spot where you always start, you could be anywhere and you could just get a ring and start a kingdom. And just, it's basically more of, I feel like this is more like the feeling of it's a risk board and less of following the story lore. Does that make sense? It's more of a risk board where let's say you're playing as anyone, you're I'm going to start in the middle of, Greenland, right? Where if you're playing a normal, normal risk, obviously you see what I'm saying. No one really was in Greenland originally, right? That's my point. You just start anywhere basically. It's maybe not historically accurate. I know there's been people there for thousands of years, but you get my point. They very, very far back. I'm talking way back. Anyway, so they look pretty cool. I'm excited to try the Rangers game mode. What do you guys think? Don't forget to throw a like and subscribe on there if I did earn it. I know we were just talking about the game modes. I totally get that. But you should go check my other RiseToWar stuff out. I have lots of guides and detailed things we've gone over. And we have a lot of fun on this channel. So, Baruch Hazad, Kuzad, I menu. Thanks to Skumley for being a Royal Guard. I appreciate the support. Subscribe button's there, guys. If I earned it, it is free. And I also have a link down there in the Discord if you want to hang out with us there, or any of my other social medias. Next video's up there, and over there is a lot of my main content. Have a great day in Middle Earth, and stay happy, my friends. Baruch Hazad Kuzad I menu. I think I said that already. Oh well.